Hey there, organization enthusiasts and chaos lovers alike. I know you're out there. I think the topic of organization is either received with cheers or jeers. You either love it or hate it. Today, I will dive into the world of organization. You know, that thing that either makes you feel incredibly accomplished or sends you spiraling into a panic attack. Yeah, that one. Let's talk about it. Hey, homeschool mom, I'm Erika Sagert on the Intentional Homeschooler podcast with more actionable steps and encouragement for your homeschooling journey so you can confidently and intentionally homeschool your children without sacrificing your sanity. Grab a pen and paper, your favorite cup of brew, and let's get started. Whether we like organization or not, when we keep a general sense of organization in our homes, I'm not talking about perfection here, by the way, but we experience more harmony, balance, rhythm, and order. We can complete our tasks more quickly because everything has a place and everything's in its place. It's organized, so it's more about maintenance rather than an overhaul every time we clean up. Also, we can save ourselves the frustration of looking for lost items. We can use our dining room table because it's clear and ready for a meal with the family. We don't run out of necessary items because we wrote it on the list before the last item was gone. Today, I will go through the main rooms of the house, and I will give you a few of my favorite organization hacks for each room. All right, let's start in the kitchen, which I like to think of as the heart of the home. So much happens in the kitchen. It's kind of where everybody gathers. I don't know about you, but that is one of the biggest gathering places in our home. So in my kitchen, I think the favorite thing that I do that I seem to be able to stay on top of is to have a primary shelf and a backup shelf. I have the privilege of having a backup fridge in the garage, which is quite helpful. So in my main fridge in the house, in the kitchen, that's where I have the main item. And if I have a backup of an item, that will be out in the garage fridge. So the things in the garage are just the extra things. So the main things in the house, and then the backup will go in the garage fridge. Also for pantry, I have my main shelf, the things that I get at while I'm cooking, and then I have my backup shelf. So the main primary shelf will have the items that are open and I'm currently using, whereas the backup shelf will have the next new item. For example, mustard. If I have a thing of mustard open in my fridge, I will have the backup mustard in the pantry because it can sit on the shelf right before you open it. Same with mayonnaise. I have the open one in the fridge. I have the backup one in my pantry. Soy sauce. I have the open one and I have the brand new one in the pantry. So there's always a backup. Now, when you take from the backup shelf, you want to make sure that you get it put on your grocery list. So I've instructed everybody in the house to do this so that we never run out of anything. We always have that backup. I say label everything. I use a lot of bulk foods because of the store that I shop at here in the Vancouver, Washington area is Winco. They have a large bulk section. So with bulk, you have to store your food. I store most of it in canning jars. So I label them so that we know what is in which jar. I also say label everything in the fridge. How many of you have put leftovers away and then forgot how long have these leftovers been in here? So I get stickers from Amazon that are meant for the fridge or freezer, so they stay on there and they also peel off of the container quickly. And I write the date on those leftovers, so that way I never have to wonder if the leftovers are still good to eat. So yes, label everything. And then let's plan key times for tasks in the kitchen. So depending on if you run your dishwasher once or twice a day, try to run it at the same time every day. That way it creates a rhythm in your kitchen. So it's probably going to be after one of your meals. Maybe it's after your breakfast or maybe it's after dinner. Whatever it is, try to stay consistent about when you do it. When you leave the kitchen after a meal, clean it up right away. Who likes an icky kitchen? I mean, we all have times where we leave it a mess and then we come to it. It's so much worse when everything's dried on and gross. So just make it a point to clean it up every single time. Also, have a morning routine or a dinner time routine where you kind of do some of the same things. My morning routine, when I'm in the kitchen doing breakfast and lunch and whatever I'm prepping, I'm always prepping for the next thing. So look ahead to dinner. What can I start for dinner? What can I get started? Take the meat out, cut up some veggies, whatever it is. Always be thinking about what is the next thing that I need to prep for, and do it every morning or every evening, whatever works better for you. But find those routines and do them every day. I say keep your counters pretty clear. That's my personal preference, but I say I only have appliances that are really large or appliances that I use more than once a week. It just gives you more room to prep and it looks a lot tidier. Let's move to the dining room. I have a tray in the middle of our dining room table that has napkins, salt, pepper, Tabasco sauce, and a couple condiments that don't need to be refrigerated right in the middle of the table in a wooden platter tray. And so that way it's there all the time. I remember seeing that at a restaurant. They always have that container with the things that you need. And I like to have that ready. It's an organizational hack. It's there ready for dinner every time we sit down to eat. Have a coffee bar if possible, because that'll keep the coffee and tea stuff out of the kitchen and easily accessible in your dining area. I say dining room. Our dining room isn't really a dining room. It's just we have a kitchen, dining area, and living room. It's a great room. So I use dining room loosely, depending on what kind of dining room you have. Also, a hack that I do once in a while, not all of the time, but sometimes I get tired of people leaving their stuff on the dining room table. So I will set the table for the next meal. It looks nice and people are less likely to leave their things on the table if I do that. Let's move to the living room or family room. So I say have a basket for everything. We like to have blankets to snuggle up on the couch. So have a nice, attractive looking basket for those blankets or display them neatly on your couch. But I find it helpful to have a basket for blankets, a basket for remotes, a basket for books you're reading or Bible study materials, whatever that is, so that they're not lying all over the place, but they have a designated spot. It just keeps it much tidier and it's easy to grab whatever you need from those baskets. If you have a craft area in your family room or living room, use plastic totes for stuff and label those totes so that you can find the things that you need. Also, just tidy for a few minutes every time you leave that room. Let's move to the hall closet now. So just like the kitchen, I have backup supplies in my hall closet. So things like toothpaste, floss, shaving cream, batteries, light bulbs, all of those kinds of household supplies. I don't like running out of things like that, so that's why I always have that backup. So I have these really cool stackable plastic baskets in there. They're half open, so when you stack them, you can see and grab the product easily. So I label each one of those, and when we take the last of something, we know to put that item on the grocery list so that we never run out of the things that we need. Let's go to the bedrooms now. I am a stickler for my bedroom to be clean. I really like it. It's my haven. And when I go to bed, I want it to be peaceful. I don't want it to be a mess. But I will say, I remember my grandmother telling me this many years ago. Even if the room is messy, if your bed is made, the whole room feels better. So at the very least, get that bed made every single day so that when you come to the end of the day, you have a nice place to lay your head. I say choose bedding that makes it easy to make. Don't do too many fancy pillows or whatever it is. Do it in a way that looks attractive, but isn't too fussy so that you can just make it quickly as you're getting ready in the morning. Another hack that I like in the bedroom is regarding my clothing. So when I get up in the morning, I usually go on a morning walk. So I have my workout clothes, my walking clothes, all folded up, ready to go next to my bed without fail. I actually arrange that when I'm getting ready in the morning so that it's ready for the next morning. I make a nice folded little stack of the clothes that I need, underclothes, socks, shoes, and everything, so that when I get up in the morning, that's the first thing I do is I put on my walking clothes. If they're right there, you'll be much more likely to put them on. Now, if you don't walk or exercise in the morning, I say have your work clothes or whatever clothes you need for the day. Have them ready for you right there in the morning. You'll be glad you did. All right, let's talk about bathrooms. All right, so I say keep a tote under each sink that has all needed cleaning supplies. So everything that you need to clean that bathroom, have it in a tote and stick it under the sink. That way, when you go to clean your bathroom, you don't have to go around the whole house looking for those supplies that you need. They're there for you when you want to clean. Each day as you're getting ready, make it a point to wipe and swish every day. So wipe the counters, swish the toilet. That will help keep it cleaner throughout the week until that cleaning day. Also, use your hand towel to quickly wipe that mirror when you splash water on it. I noticed this morning I haven't done that. I haven't done this hack lately because my mirror is really dirty. It has all kinds of spots. It's amazing if you just do it really quickly right away, your mirror stays clean and your bathroom has a much more organized, clean look to it. All right, the last area that I want to talk about today is the office or desk area. Maybe you have a dedicated office or maybe you just have a desk. It's mobile or stationary. But I say tidy it at the end of each work session. Even if you have to leave a few things on your desk, that's fine. Put the pens away, recycle any papers that aren't needed, make a nice stack for whatever it is that you're going to start working on the next time you get to your desk. Also, it's a good idea to have some file folders there ready that you can put some work that's in progress. It can be a slippery slope, so be careful with this. Sometimes I put too many things in the file folders and I forget that they're even there. But at the same time, there's work that you can't quite finish and you want to put it away for a little bit, but you need to keep it somewhat visual. Just make some of those file folders with labels so that you can work on it when you get to your desk the next time. I tend to accumulate some keepsakes at my desk, like thank you cards or birthday cards or little trinkets or whatever. And I see that they kind of can make my desk a little cluttered. So I have a box that I keep my keepsakes in near my desk. It's actually in the drawer, a box in the drawer, and I just keep those things. And if it's not something that you want to keep, it's okay to recycle it or take a picture of it. If it's some words that you really liked that somebody encouraged you with, then take a picture of them. We don't have to keep every single card or special thing that we get. But if you do have some that you want to keep, just make a place for it so that way you can tidy up and put it away. So there you have it, moms. A few of my favorite organizational tips. Whether you're a neat freak or a proud clutterbug, there's something to be said for finding a balance that works for you. Remember, it's not about perfection, but it's about creating spaces that support our well-being. Now, go find that one organizational problem area that's been bugging you and tackle it today. If any of this resonates with you, you have further questions, or you want to find out about the work I do at Hope Learning Center, book a virtual coffee chat with me. The link to my calendar is in the show notes. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as right here, where a brand new episode will drop every other Thursday. Until next time, you've got this, Mom.